And so I kind of wanted to talk about the aircraft you fly almost every day. And so like we were briefly just talking about the gust suppression system. So it's kind of, I think it's called like the turbulence dampening system. And like the 787 has a bunch of sensors to kind of help detect changes in air pressure, angular velocity, and then the airplane's computers like simultaneously processing all this information to kind of create the counter movements. What is your favorite aspect or feature of the 787 when you fly every day?
I said to you that generally I find that the hardware in this
Yeah,
aircraft is
yeah,
really
that's
superb.
good.
So what they've done,
Yeah,
what as a pilot, what I am amazed is the amount of redundancy this aircraft has um, in every system. So nothing fails. Your both engines will fail and you still have the autopilot.
yeah.
So
Okay.
the redundancy is extraordinary, firstly. Secondly, I find that like because this aircraft is so sturdy and she is so beautifully, cleanly designed that she refuses to descend or slow down because she is such a beautiful aerofoil, you know. Uh, that. Thirdly, another thing very good for passengers as well is that they maintain a very nice um, cabin comfort, that the differential pressure is very less. So the cabin altitude is very low compared to others. So you know how you
Yeah,
fly high altitude and you get more tired? In this
yeah,
aircraft, despite we fly much higher physical altitudes, the cabin
yeah,
altitude they've managed to keep very low. So they've designed the pressurization also in such a way that it's so subtle that you will not realize, but you will not feel as tired.
yeah,
And
okay.
another thing that they have introduced is something called the NGS and the humidifiers. So basically, in air in high altitude, there is not enough moisture in the air, and so the dryness also makes you tired. And they have
Yeah,
something called an nitrogen generation system and also the humidifiers, which completely change the cabin atmosphere, the cabin temperature, the cabin humidity. So the experience to fly a 787 in the cabin as well as the cockpit is really very, very nice. And for cockpits, it is the noise is incredibly low. Like the engines, you can't even hear them. So, that is also very calming. So, generally, overall experience of flying the aeroplane is very pleasant because it's very easy on the body compared to the other aeroplanes.
okay. And so we talked of like it's on the contrary, what do you think is like the most challenging aspect of flying the 787? Is it
I think the software is
yeah,
challenging
okay,
because,
okay,
when you fly an Airbus, you are spoiled because that aeroplane does everything on its own, and then, it's thinking it and is doing it. And this aeroplane is needs a lot of hand holding and walking. And the moment you look away and you haven't done that, and it will.
yeah,
So there is a lot of scanning, a lot of presence. Basically, it's like a child who is high maintenance and a child who is, automatic functions, So the Boeing I find is a little bit high maintenance that requires constant attention and constant
yeah,
handholding and constant monitoring and constant intervention, whereas the Airbus does everything as you
yeah,
want it on its own.
okay, okay.